There will never be a really free and enlightened state until the state come to recognize the individual as a higher and independent power from which all its own power and authority are delivered, and treat him accordingly. A state of the nation's advocacy. Nigerians are not having a good time, and it is not the time for self-idolation. The government must stop giving the impression that it has excess funds created by Naira devaluation with lavish spending that seems unabating despite public outcry. The government remains large, unwieldy, and expensive. The Senate has said that it would approve a new presidential jet if requested. These are some reasons why organized labor find it difficult to agree with the federal government on how the new minimum wage should go. Tinubu has rolled out the National Construction and Household Support Program to cover all geopolitical zones. Under the plan, which will cost 1 trillion naira, the government will prioritize the construction of major projects such as the Lagos-Calabar, Lagos-Sokoto Highway, and the Port Harcourt-Maiduguri rail lines, as well as the Ibadan-Abuja section of the Lagos-Kano Railway. The projects are touted to help the agricultural and agro-industrial zone, but funding plans are vague. About, 100,000 families from each of the 36 states will get cash handout of 50,000 naira for 3 months to help with the cost of living woe. These are reactionary move, and the criteria for cash handouts are not clear. Previous disbursements have been smeared with corruption. Revamping the country's finance and economy requires firm and targeted measures such as improving security for any meaningful boosts in the agricultural production and stopping oil theft. Farming has become a dangerous occupation, with thousands of farmers abandoning their farms due to banditry. They are forced to pay up to 4 million naira to plant or harvest crops with the option of debt, a huge disincentive to farmers. Nigeria loses about 400,000 barrels of oil per day, of crude oil per day, to theft. This is more than $12.7 billion or 19 trillion naira per year. Nigeria can no longer afford this. Small and medium scale enterprises, from the bedrock of any society or any economy, but has also been badly impacted by lower purchasing power, high costs of credit, high energy costs, infrastructure deficits, and multiple taxes. The 150 billion naira set aside for SMEs and manufacturers by this administration is highly inadequate. More relief and incentive should come with tariffs and tax cut to stimulate activities. The tax and fiscal reform targeted at business growth have been unduly delayed. There seems to be too much focus on revenue drive rather than strengthening wealth creation. Who can be taxed? I will therefore advocate that the federal government can follow the Indians' example by driving massive investment in the telecom sector due to its linkage across other sectors. This is vital for economic growth, innovation, and productivity. Experts have established that telecommunications have forward and backward linkage with education, banking, manufacturing, transportation, retail and commerce, healthcare, aviation, and services, facilitating efficiency, product design and innovation, safety, and access to remote services. The spillover effect of huge investment in telecom have propelled India to be the fastest growing large economy at 7.3%, driven by a 75% rise in per capita income to $2,730 over the last 10 years. Push IT exports to $1,708 billion and remittances to $109 billion. Nigeria deserves better as democratic governance mark 25 years uninterrupted democratic dispensation. President Tinubu should do more to build confidence and reverse the current atmosphere of despair in the Nigerian state. This will create an enabling environment for society. Having gone through the first half of the year, and we have seen that after the first half, Nigerians have had a lot of injuries, lacerations, red cards, and all sorts in the first half. As we begin the second half of the year today, we call on the government to officiate this economy properly to avoid injuries and laceration on her citizens, so that the definition of leadership can be fully established. That leadership is the ability to take the citizens from point A to point B, to take them from where they are to where they ought to be. That should be the job of a referee, a president that understands the economy and that have a grip on the situation of the country. This is our prayers. I shall go to Rabbi again.